Shit, my uncle was like, shit, let's play some golf. I was like, what? So here we are. Excuse me, here we are. Waiting on him to accept this invite. Now, I may have to call him. I ain't even gonna stunt. I may have to call him also. Hey, so you remember just a few minutes ago you was like, let's play? I just hit the invite. No, I will not be playing this time with my controller on the screen. You will not be able to play against me, like watch what I'm doing and whatnot. I turned it off for this particular occasion, so don't get all happy. Oh, here he is with no mic and all. Might keep it. No, we didn't keep the music. All right. So where you want to play it, man? I mean, I got every place unlocked, so you know what I'm saying. Your mic on? Oh, for real? I can't hear you. Well, I swear I can't hear you. Hold on. Join the party, man. Yeah, that's right. These motherfuckers stay slamming some goddamn doors around this bitch, though. No cap. God damn.
It's about to be some bullshit.
Yep. You already know. You already know. You already know it's about to be. Yup. Whip it thine ass of. Fuck you talking about. Yeah, buddy. Okay, I'm a little rusty. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little rusty. Alright, hold on. God damn. What the fuck? 349. Okay, 349. Okay, 22. Oh, bad shot. Damn.
Man, I ain't want no damn. How the fuck I ended up with him? Damn, you don't get the pick who you want?
You should. Hold up.
Hell no. That shit ain't let me pick who I wanted.
Back out.
I don't even know. How the hell? That's crazy. I should have kept him though. Shit, he up there.
Nah, I won't play.
What's my
overall?
What's your man rating?
I think he like
yeah.
I want to say like a 81 or 82 or something like that. I want to say it's something like that because he's somewhere along with Mac.
Oh yeah, you up there? You been? Yeah, you up there? I just started mine. I think I'm at like maybe 71.
Yeah, I get to pick mine.
That's probably because you creating it though.
But don't you think you should be able to set yours up too? You know what I'm saying?
Was that a rank? Was that a rank session?
Nah, it's an unranked session.
Oh, golfer setup. I didn't know I can do that.
Yeah. You better go on.
Yeah, I just found it. I'm good.
You better go on, set him up. So, straight off the golf course.
Man, let me use my. You using your man, ain't it? God damn, I fucking need one.
I mean, but you can use somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you ain't been playing your career as long as I've been playing.
Oh no, I mean, man, it don't matter. Shit, let's go. You send another invite?
Yep, I just sent it.
Okay. Man, Facebook late as hell.
Hell yeah. Facebook be the latest one. Shit.
Like I'm hearing shit.
Twitch get my shit in like 3 seconds. Appreciate that, man, for liking the stream, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Corey sent me just now to my what is that? Man, I don't know where that's at.
Hey, you seen how I got the artwork done, ain't it? Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's something different.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, little something. It only cost me $7. Straight up. $7. I got 4 photos, bro. It took dude like 10, 11 hours to finish all of them. Between talking to me and being in school and shit.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, because he teach like art class. You know what I'm saying? But he real good at the graphics and shit. And one of the other streamers told me about this site.
I forgot. I started to drink that.
Hold on, let me see. I don't want to fuck up. But see,
God damn, I hit that too far.
Yeah, I'm already about to fuck up. I'm picking the wrong club and everything. We playing 1 versus 1.
Yeah, I ain't switched mine. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, you gotta look at the way.
What'd you say that?
Oh, that bitch came in hot.
DeAndre and Nikki said, hey. Oh, no.
Is it a delay?
Yeah, it's a delay, bad delay.
But that's me. But yeah, that's me. You get telling, yeah, that's still me.
Oh, she know there's you on the screen.
Oh wait, yeah.
I'm messing up like hell, bro. He took.
Wait, you know I wasn't that good. that good. Come on, man. God damn.
Yeah.
Cause let's pinch the bitch.
That shit a super delay. Ooh. Oh, you talking about food? I don't know, but oh. Okay. That'll work.
Nah, I seen where you land that mug at. I see you. That's how you feel?
Man, don't be watching me, man.
Nah, I watched the ball. I had the Y button pressed down so I can go look at. Oh, look at your boy put it right there by the hole. Yeah. I get closest to the hole before I go in.
Yeah, you definitely got up on it. You was up on that one.
I had to pick the right club though. If I ain't picked the right club, I'd have been done.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Come on. Dang, I ain't getting enough roll.
There it is right there. That's my birdie. What, 5 foot putt? 6 foot. Close enough. Swerve.
Man, I ain't putting enough power on it. What the hell am I doing?
Oh no.
I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yep. Go on, look at.
Oh, I got the putting down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You said a little bit.
Sometimes I forget to change my club.
Oh yeah, that'll get you. That definitely will get you if you do not change.
Oh
your
yeah.
club. And like you ain't paying attention to. Ooh, I hated that at first, and then when I started adjusting, I was like, all right, bet. You ain't got nothing on me now. Fuck you, come on. I was like, you had me once.
I'm telling you, right?
Fooled me once, my friend. No. That shit will not happen again. Okay, now where the fuck is my media?
Man, I ain't figured out how to do the backspin on the ball yet. Yeah, figure that out.
I don't know how to do it with the three button thing. No, that's the only
All I want is you. You do something to me. All I wanna do is cut just like the movies. Girl, you got that.
Yeah.
That ooh-wee.
Club.
Baby, come do me. All I want
I went through little tutorial and lessons and stuff. I mean, I know something about golf because my cousin played, but other than that, just watching it, learning by watching it.
Come do me.
You got this thing about you that's so undeniable, and you reliable. You know it's good, so you know I'ma slide in you.
I'm trying to keep this lead,
like
boy.
write me a verse. You always say, come hit it first. I be trying to get to the money.
Trying to keep the lead, boy.
I ain't take my shot yet.
That's cause you got that. Oh, wait. I ain't leaving.
Well, you better go on and take it.
French kiss play with the tip just a little bit. You know it
I
get
know you
harder
watching,
doing
you
that
looking
shit.
at that shot.
Now a nigga can't wait.
Like, damn.
No bar, no.
Nah, I'm waiting for you to shoot it.
Yeah, wait
When
for
the
it.
parents used to go to work,
Wait for
sex
it.
smell all in the air. When the mom come home from church, head
there
first and
next
she
to it.
know that. Then turn around and throw it back like she the catcher and I'm the pitcher. I'ma hit it with this baseball bat.
Oh, nah, yeah, that's that bullshit.
All I wanna do is cut just like the movies. Girl, you got
Because Facebook is delayed, but I can see when the score change.
Yeah. That's how I get you though.
all I want is you. You do
Like,
something to me.
Man, my damn stroke wide hit for like 400 yards. What?
Girl, you got that ooh-wee. That ooh-wee. Like BBD.
And I be trying not to hit the long ball sometimes. That'll fuck you up.
When you get the grinding and I rap behind it, I fall in your trap. I be running late and I try hard to get out the door, but that thing had me coming right back. Cool, you smile when I switch to that mode, cause you know that you under attack. Yeah. She put it right where I can see it and I ate it up like a snack. It's a go when we close to each other. We be under them throw.
Oh yeah.
We might fuck like we go with each other. But it's cool cause you know I don't love her. It's something about
Oh yeah.
Hill
for me, baby. Roll on down the hill for me.
I come for the action. Strip it down, make it come out of fashion. Girl, your body's fantastic. It's all real, nothing plastic.
Just putting,
See,
boy.
I still
Just
do
putting,
it when I say that I won't. Even did what I said that I don't. When I'm reading, girl, you know what I'm on. And gotta say it, girl, you know what I want.
You do something to me. All I wanna do is cut just like the movies. Girl, you got that ooey.
Jesse Woods. Jesse Woods. That's Tiger Woods' cousin.
All I want is you. You do something to me. All I wanna do is cut just like the movies. Girl, you got that ooey. That ooey.
Man, this is terrible.
Man, this motherfucker missing. That shit
Gonna
is straight
shoot,
for
man.
the hole. Hot damn.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. It was way past the hole, too. Daughter, I'm gonna have something for you this time. Oh, you missed it again. Huh? Throw the club, bro. You might as well sling that club, bro.
Man, I'm not slinging nothing, man. I'm not slinging nothing. Not slinging nothing.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the
Solid booty in there.
Give a damn about your block.
Lord have mercy.
We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool.
But y'all gotta pass.
Young
Say you
niggas
got
making
to
moves.
go.
Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Walking in the back door. Stay looking from the back row. If it make that make sense.
What else over there besides Arby's? It's
I had to drop all the fake friends. And declare niggas change though. 93 in the car and I'm puffing the waves.
okay.
Talking the shit. First my nigga don't limit your game. The shit is the same. I shit on you lame. You bitch and complain. We don't hear that. Damn, we don't feel that. Shit. We the real around here. We the
Everybody think Coco a because of how small she is. She got a mama height.
We tied up, y'all. Not for long.
And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a
But boy, I got great recovery, so don't even trip, bro.
go and get it if I need to.
Oh Lord, you missing putts, man. Come on, man.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man, and I knew it.
Hey, my ball getting ready to land. I see your ball coming towards it.
I'm telling you. Hey, I'm putting it in, dog. I'm telling you.
Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool.
Oh my God.
Young nigga making moves. I can get some cereal. Is he still
Man,
putting y'all?
bitch, and I knew it.
I can get me some cereal, right?
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style
Let's
and
get
they
some
copy
cereal.
it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them.
Oh my God, bro, this shit is
My
cheap.
bitch is clever, all nines are better.
What happened?
Gucci, Louis, all kinds
Ain't no
of
goddamn way Jesse Woods missed that putt this time.
Oh yeah, Jesse, sorry.
Jesse don't miss nothing like that.
No cap, Jesse, sorry.
Boy, you crazy as hell.
Jesse
Tiger
still-
taught him, bro.
Wait, Jesse dropped the shot.
better yet, last year, Bron in the playoffs, bitch.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Jesse gonna make up for it. I bet you that. I guarantee you that.
Jesse was just realizing he dropped the
Jesse
shot.
gonna make up for that.
Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homie
Watch how Jesse get this eagle. Watch how Jesse get this eagle right here.
Oh, you gonna need an eagle.
That's a 300. That's a 317 yard drive.
I see
Off the
10
ball.
yards ahead of me, but that's fine. I ain't worried.
And I'm south stripping like Pregos,
I'm about to
nigga.
put this thing right in the hole.
Like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they really city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles with the rules. Young niggas make it move. Yeah.
Why'd I have like 5 jobs on me,
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Boy, you better goddamn get all of them.
Shit, I'm trying to get 2 of them at least. Well, I got 1. I started the other day. I'm trying to get this up. Fuck, man. Shit, I'm talking to you. I shouldn't have said that. I tried to get for that eagle just now.
You don't want that eagle.
Look at that. Your shit rolling right over the fucking hole.
Bro, that's that bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, you gonna learn today.
And that wasn't even full power.
I know.
That wasn't even full power.
You gotta pull it back a little bit more because you was in the rough. Shots to come out the rough, they bounce twice, maybe a third time before they can start rolling.
Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your
bullshit.
It's okay.
Damn, man. I need that eagle, man.
Nigga with the tool, teach them principles and the rules.
That birdie will work.
Yeah. I'm the man,
I mean, you only on 8 holes.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
That don't really mean nothing.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar, make sense. And that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game.
I swear, I got the sweetest golf stroke in the game. Period. When it comes to my approach shot,
you alright. You ain't the best, but you alright.
Hey, I just realized they had online tournaments, huh? For real.
Oh, word?
Yeah, for real. You know a nigga gonna be talking some shit while you playing that. Your shit roll right by that bitch, too. That bitch said, hey, hi, Merc. Hey, I was like, hey, what's up, dog? Hey, ain't you passing your destination?
Cruise. Cruise.
It's all good. I part that.
Ooh.
If you ain't
I saw that.
If you ain't scope,
Party. Party.
Yep.
You ain't scope.
I know I ain't scope. That's why I said, if you ain't
take
scope,
that.
something wrong.
Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoes.
That's how you get that thing around there.
That's
how you get that thing around that tree. Trying to block me off, man.
And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips, they dumpin'. Shoot it off the glass like Timmy.
Damn, that bitch
niggas
roll
say
right
they
over.
bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'.
If he score easy,
My
I'm
life
bad as
exquisite,
hell.
went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm south stripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga.
Nigga. Oh, you missed that bitch. Yeah.
grind family and the money only reason.
Okay.
I done snatched the damn mic out, man.
Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tools.
Well, I'm telling you.
Principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves.
Damn, boy, I thought I was about to get that eagle, boy. Get my eagle on. I'm trying to get my eagle on.
Oh man, I still ain't scored that old shit laughing. I don't even know why I fucking ain't paying no attention. You fucking around, come back, then I'm gonna be mad trying to buckle down and shit. Alright, hold on.
Oh, keep fucking up.
Nah, fuck
that's what I like.
My shit on point now.
Man, bitch, and I knew it. Yeah. 100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man, and I knew it. The struggle made us grind.
Fuck with me. I put that bitch on the green with one shot, bro.
Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops.
You just get, look, that's because your man got more power. I mean, like, it's not a secret.
We don't care how y'all move.
We know this.
Press a nigga
I
with
didn't
the
hold it
tools.
back.
Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves.
Oh, this is a bad shot because it goes over here and go down.
Man, bitch, and I knew it.
Too much
The
though.
man, bitch, and I knew it.
Oh, that's some whole shit. That bitch stopped right on the top.
If it make dollar make sense. And that's what a nigga
Come
ain't
on, man.
for.
Go on.
Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends. And they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car.
First time scored in 3 holes.
Making moves and you talking the shit. It's mercy, my nigga. Don't limit your game. The shit is the same how shit.
Oh my God.
We don't hear that there. We don't feel that there. We the real round here.
You know how you hit A and you don't mean to be hitting A sometimes, and it'll start filling up on your ass.
I told you to press start.
It caught me off guard. It caught me off guard.
I be trying to catch myself.
And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. Yeah, so believe I don't need you.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man, and I knew it. The struggle made us grind family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block.
Oh shit, too much.
Press a nigga with the tool.
God damn it.
Principles and the rules.
Too much. God damn it. No. Oh shit.
I'm the man, bitch, and I
Closer
knew
than I
it.
expected.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I father these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitches.
Oh my.
Just missed that bitch too.
Yeah.
In pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm balling like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year brought in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking
hell
like
yeah.
J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money.
Foolish.
The block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips, they dumpin'. Shoot it off the glass like Tim and Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from
Almost
rags to
great.
riches.
Almost. I'm like
I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches.
17 yards from the hole right now.
And I'm south stripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man, and I knew it. The struggle made us grind family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and rules.
Nigga.
Young niggas make
Oh, that's that bullshit, man.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Oh my God.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Bro, the ball, oh my God. It hit it. It hit it and went around.
Oh man, it did the burn.
Man, that should have been an eagle, bro, from like 31 feet, bro.
Damn, they did a burnt edge on your ass.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah, that motherfucker got down sitting. Nope. Got your ass. You thought you about to get an eagle, motherfucker.
They drop down and get your eagle.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, do something for me. God damn.
I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block.
Holy shit. Now I know I put more curve than that on the goddamn ball.
Principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves.
They getting me, bro. Every time I get close, they get me.
I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though.
And it's going up here.
If it make dollar make sense. And that's what a nigga aim for.
Come on, let me get that. Let me get.
But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends. And they swear
I just need me a few years. How many? Hold on. What down round? What round we on?
Mercy, my nigga, don't limit your
Ain't
game.
around, we playing 18 holes.
You bitch complain, we don't hear that there. We don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the in the top of 100, make it clear around here. You see them make a move and the niggas getting mad. Man, the racks, get that bag, spit that fire.
Bitch.
Nothing but that motherfucking person fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that thrash. Had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it come easy like that.
I don't even know why I said yes to the call. I put the curse at first time. That was the problem.
And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch.
That was the fucking problem. Like I had it in the right place at first, and then I slid it back over to the left. I don't know fucking why. I slid it back over to the left.
So believe I don't need you.
Yeah, I be doing my shit too much.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tools. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch,
One
and
thing
I
I
knew
can
it.
say, my man be smashing on the driver, boy.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered
That's
these
how you
niggas,
get-
adopted them.
that's a leg
Still
up,
don't
pretty
get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitches clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces.
Oh, that shit is on the heel.
School majors. She know I'm balling like
That's
that.
the only thing you can't tell till you get ready to put.
Better yet, last year, Brown in the playoffs, bitch.
I don't know.
And your
See
team
why I put
running
mine
around
there?
looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My whole
That shit is a heel, man.
Shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan.
Shit
Niggas
is a
say they
heel.
about it, gotta show me something.
gotta put a
Niggas
little
say
bit
they
more in
about
it.
it, but I know they
More power
frontin'.
to it.
My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move.
Right back off.
Press a nigga with the tools. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I picked this stupid ass.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
No, I played it right. I played it right. You know what? That's right. I must.
Oh
I
my
know I needed
God,
to play it
bro.
right. I know I needed to play it right. That's what that was.
Oh shit, man.
Man, bitch, and I knew it.
Oh my fucking goodness, bro.
Yeah. 100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn.
Oh my God, nigga.
Give a damn about the cops. They run their city, give a damn about your block.
Goddamn well.
We don't care y'all move.
It's the shoes, man. It's the outfit, bro. I got to get out that EA Sports shit. I got to go back to my casual outfit, man.
I knew it.
Yeah. I got to go back to some casual shit, man.
I'm moving in the bank, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense,
Man, fuck
and that's what a nigga ain't for. Same nigga, but I change flows. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear niggas change though. 93 in the car, and I'm pumping the weight. You see making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. The shit is the same how I shit on you lane. You bitch complain, we don't hear that there, we don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the chop over 100, make it clear around here. You see her make a move, and the niggas getting mad. Spin the racks, get that bag, spit that fire.
Yeah, bro. Got to have it out.
Nigga in the booth, spitting that glass, put it on wax. I'ma leave it at that.
taking out of the goddamn run.
Easy like that, don't believe it on facts. I'ma treat it like that.
People actually watch it, be like, what the
And I was wondering if I
like,
could
yeah,
decide, bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. So believe I don't need you.
Tell him.
I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of
Come
sweaters.
on, bitch. Come on.
Euros, a nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple bitches like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors.
Boy, that shit, they was beautiful. It was so beautiful.
Or better yet, last year, Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking lost like
Well,
birdie shot. He can get his fucking eagle, bro.
Bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corners, don't hit your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips they dumping. Shoot it off the glass like Tim and Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm south stripping like Pregos, nigga.
Oh yeah, I banged that bitch.
Headshot, that's a halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band.
That's 300 on the dot. Oh, bitch, get my 1 yard.
Family and the money, only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move.
Shit.
Nah. Press a nigga with the
Not
teach them principles and the rules.
Not really.
Move.
It was bad enough.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew
Boy.
it.
That 1 foot from the hole, I like to be close to the hole. You know, dominant male specimen and shit. Yeah. Straight shot.
Oh, too hard.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. Yeah. 100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn
Goddamn
man,
birdies and pars.
struggle
Can't
made
get
us
no
grind, family and the
egos.
money, only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah.
Everybody sick, that ain't
Give a
shit.
damn about the ops.
Give a damn about the
Niggas
cops.
say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules.
Set up another course.
Making moves. Yeah.
They do that battlefield shit,
I
man.
knew it.
Do that battlefield course.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
That shit super different. I like that shit though.
Yeah, that shit is different.
If it make dollar make sense,
I ain't even gonna lie.
that's what a nigga ain't for.
Hold on, Neff. I'll be right back. You need the bathroom real fast.
But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car, and I'm pumping the weight. You see making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. The shit is the same how I shit on you lane. You bitch complain, we don't hear that there, we don't feel that there. We the real round here. We got thrash, had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it come easy like that. Don't believe it them facts, I'ma teach it like that. And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. Yeah, so believe I don't need you.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah, give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm ballin' like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips they dunkin'. Shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. Sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's a halo, nigga.
Alright, I'm back.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I know
Let's get it.
The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah, give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block.
That was a block. No more.
We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah.
Hey, Nip.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Man, the hardest part with a couple is trying to figure out where to eat. Man, what you suggest? She on 2-Notch Road by Sand Hills.
Shit, I suggest you stop by someplace to give me something to eat since you right there by Sand Hills.
You said you talk about suggestions and whatnot. Nah, but by Sand Hills, I mean there's everything over there, bro. Shit, that's the thing. Everything over there.
Yeah.
Really what you want.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family.
Man, what
only reason nigga do it.
Right,
Yeah.
What that Arby's sandwich, the one with the cheddar cheese and all that. I don't really eat roast beef.
We don't care how y'all move.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, I need you to miss that
Here
one.
we go again.
My ball landed just in time to watch you miss that.
Man, bitch, and I knew it.
Foolish.
Man, bitch, and I knew it.
Never fails.
Steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense. And that's what a nigga ain't for. Same nigga, but I change flows. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends. And they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car and I'm pumping the weight. You see making moves and you talking the shade.
I figured out how to
don't limit your game.
how to rate
Shit is the
the
same
camera.
how I shit on you lane. You bitch complain, we don't hear that there, we don't feel that there.
Man, it took me a minute, and I been trying to click that button one day. It's like, oh, that's how you do it.
I just found out how to do that shit.
I saw something say, I saw something say Zoom. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, not the Zoom. You press RB.
And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need
So it like gives you a different view. You know what I'm saying? It got to raise the camera view around.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I
Yeah.
I see you trying to get your shit together over there.
The only reason nigga do it.
2 yards behind me, I see you.
Man, it's the putt. Look, I got everything else. It's the putt. The putting is is what gets me.
But if you make sure you understand how to make your approach shot effective enough to not have to worry about.
Oh my God.
I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos.
Oh, what the hell?
Getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm balling like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year, Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips they dumpin'. Shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan.
Oh,
Niggas
yeah,
say
I
they
like
bout
this
it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'.
Oh yeah.
My life exquisite, went from rags to riches.
At first, I was like, "Where the fuck is the hole at?" I found that motherfucker, right? Not something I say too often, right? But I found that motherfucker, and I was like, "Okay, let's lay that motherfucker close. Try to get that bitch close as we can. Not trying to take that bitch out the backside. Yeah, straight foot."
We don't care how y'all
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Young niggas making moves.
Woo, woo.
Out the bushes. Did you see that though? Out
Yeah.
the bushes, man.
But I told you it can be done.
Ammo crate.
I told you it can be done. Motherfucker like me, I had to learn how to make that shot, boy. Because sometimes I used to fuck up and I'd be mad that I fucked up and put that bitch in the rough. Then I'd be like, okay, now I gotta fix it.
Damn. I hit a dead spot in the grass.
He said I hit a dead spot in the grass.
Damn.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block.
Come on! Oh my fucking! Did y'all see this bullshit?
Press a nigga with the tools. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah.
Man. Boy, if that ain't some fuckery just now, what I just saw.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm gonna have to put on my shades. I'm starting not to see this shit.
If it make dollar make sense, nigga I ain't folk. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though.
Man, look at this fucking hole.
And I'm pumping away. You still making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga. Don't limit your game. The shit is the same. How I shit on you lane. You bitch complain. We don't hear that there. We don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the in the chopper on 100. Make it clear round here.
Come on, man. Come on. Drop right there. Boom. Oh! 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 I hit that bitch, cuz! I hit that bitch! Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god, I hit that bitch, I hit that bitch. I got my first hole in one,
And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga
Wow.
wanna live, I bet not try.
Oh!
But I go and get it if I need
Oh
to.
my.
So
Damn.
believe I
Damn,
don't
son.
need
Where'd you find this?
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew
Yep.
it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason
Damn.
nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the
Fuck
cops.
yeah.
Run they city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block.
Hell yeah.
We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tools.
That shit
Teach them
was
principles and the rules.
Damn,
Young
that
niggas
shit was
making
slick.
moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm balling like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year, bro,
God
playoff
damn.
bitch. And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, go get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips they dumping. Shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan.
Motherfucking pars. Supposed to be damn -6 by now.
My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands in a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it.
Man, that bitch burnt the edge. That's crazy.
I hate when that happens. You think the ball is gonna goddamn go in.
We don't care how y'all
Hell
move.
yeah, first hole and run. Yeah, I know I'm downloading this video.
Principles and the rules. Young niggas making
This
moves.
is the one I'm gonna make. I got that. I'm gonna take clips of this.
And I knew it.
My golf video.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Oh, see, this that bullshit here. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna put it right on top of the hill so that bitch roll right down there. Fuck it. It's all about where you put that bitch in. Look at that bitch. Look at that bitch. Look at that bitch. Look at that bitch. And right about where you put it at. Yeah. That shit worked too.
Yeah. 100 bands in a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it.
Oh no! Oh, you whore.
Nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the we don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the
Nah, you know how you think you got the shit lined up, then you miss, right? And you like, damn.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying. I had to drop all my fake friends, and they swear nigga change though.
And you dropped the shot again?
Goddamn, makes an amazing comeback.
You need a hole in one. You can make them. I can teach you.
Man, hell no, I don't need no damn help.
Oh, man. Stop right there, baby. We gonna show them how we put this thing right there next to the hole. Every time. No static. Every time. I miss a punch just because my ass can't punch sometimes. Man, what kind of fucking shot is this, man? Hey, man. Hey, so why the fuck this shit run right into the
money? Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves.
Man, I hate this shit.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitches clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like.
Oh, hold on. What the hell happened?
No, you couldn't figure it out. Oh, hell no. What the hell?
No, I don't know what happened, bro. For real, I took the shot.
My screen went black. As soon as I found my damn line, man, I had a perfect shot, too.
Man, and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block.
Man, look at shit. Fuck, I want to eat,
We
man.
don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah.
My screen ain't come back up yet.
I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car and I'm pumping the weight. You see making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. The shit is the same how I shit on you lame. You bitches complain, we don't hear that there, we don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the in the chopper on 100, make it clear round here. You see her make a move and the niggas getting mad. Spinning the racks, get that bag, spit that fire, lid on the track, roll nothing but that motherfucker pushing fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that thrash, had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it come easy like that. Don't believe it on facts, I'ma teach it like that. And I was wondering if I can have
My damn screen ain't come up yet.
but if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. Yeah, so
I guess
believe
it's saying after so many bad shots, I didn't expect me to come back.
I'm the damn man, and I knew it.
How the hell bad shots? How the hell you figure that? You couldn't even figure the damn shot out.
Yeah, you're right. That's my first time playing that one chorus.
We don't care, y'all.
I figured that boy out. Yeah, I found the opening. I was gonna shoot that bitch straight through.
I ain't gonna lie, I found one. And that's the thing about it. I watched the stream back on.
Bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas beat my style and they copy it. I father these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. In pounds, pesos, euros. The niggas getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue
It says
faces.
for some reason EA Sports War McElroy PGA Tour took too long to start.
Balling like that 2-3 Laker.
Oh, damn.
Or better yet, last year, Bron in the playoffs.
I mean, but why the fuck did it stop?
That part right there, bro. that's fucking.
My homies thuggin', big clicks, they dumping, shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'.
You would just did that bitch with me.
My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man, and I knew it. The struggle made us grind.
We're down in the jungle deep.
Nigga do it.
Last 65 monkey feet. 65 monkey said, motherfucker can't see.
Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach 'em.
I think I want me some Sonic.
Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm on the PGA Tour, nigga. I'm about to get up with the boys. Nigga took my shit, nigga. Keep on talking, nigga. I would rather rushes. Okay, cool. Okay, cool beans. Eyes back.
Yeah.
You switching course, or you gonna keep that one?
Damn man, and I knew it. The struggle made us grind family, and the money only reason we do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach 'em principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm open in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car, and I'm pumping the weight.
Here we go again.
You talking the shame.
Alright, I don't want to hear that this time now.
The shit is the same how I shit on you lame.
Hey man.
We don't hear that.
Red Fox blacking out and all this stuff like that. Hey,
Look at it.
hey, we gonna go to another course right next too. These sports is dumb. They dumb, bro. I hate some of them.
Bushes. Oh yeah.
You might get up.
Some of them shit different.
That's what I'm saying. You might. That's the ones I'm gonna have trouble with. Gonna be the ones you might not have the trouble with. I'm real. I'm trying to tell you. I really hate them motherfuckers. I be trying, and I'm still adjusting. I understand what my level is. I still miss putt.
I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the house. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitches clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters.
Appreciate that, Sean, for liking the stream, bro.
Getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. Ballin' at that 2-3 Laker.
Put it in there too hot.
Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoff
put it in a little
bitch.
bit too hot.
And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousin. My homies thuggin', big clicks, they dumpin'. Shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew
spot.
it.
Where you at? I see you.
Why you worrying about where I'm at?
I just happened to see where your ball had landed at right when I was. I got my shot.
Oh.
Look at your little birdie.
Man, bitch, and I knew it.
That bitch was about to roll over the hole. I was about to be so goddamn mad. I was gonna turn this shit off. I wasn't gonna put this shit
on. Made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Cops give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block.
I know you done had a ball roll over there, a hole on your ass. You got mad. I know you done.
Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar, make sense. And that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car, and I'm pumping the weight. You see making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. Shit is the same, I shit on you like. We don't feel that there, we the real round here. We the, in the chopper hold 100, make it clear round here. You see her make a move, and the niggas getting mad. Spinning the racks, get that bag, spit that fire. Lid on the track, rolling nothing but that motherfucking pressure. Fast, nigga in the booth, spitting that thrash. Had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it can't easy like that. Don't believe it on facts, I'ma teach it like that.
Not a ball going straight over the hole. That shit when he rolling fast.
Bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need
fucking
to.
bullshit.
So believe I don't need you.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves.
Oh, I almost did it again. Almost fucking did it again. I almost fucking did it again. I swear I almost put that bitch right in the hole again. I ain't even bullshit. That shit was gonna be hot. If I did back to back, boy, oh, what the fuck?
My bitches clever, all nines are better.
Yeah, you
Gucci,
missed
Louis,
that.
all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue.
I missed that too.
Blunt twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she studied school majors. She know I'm ballin' like they 2-3 Lakers. Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoffs, bitch.
Oh, I missed it again.
And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith.
Man, we about to pick another board, man. This shit is
Step in the
different.
bank and just get the money. Break the block and I flip the onion.
I'ma play it out,
Get your
though.
cousins, my homies thuggin', big clips, they dunkin', shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'.
Hey,
My
some of
life
these I ain't
exquisite,
never
went
fit
from rags to
so
riches.
shit.
I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. Struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops.
Give a damn about the cops.
Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block.
Give a
damn about your block.
We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules.
What the fuck?
Young
How the fuck
niggas
you gonna go
making
in the
moves.
hole, out the hole, round the pole, and then come out?
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Damn, you double bogey?
No, that was on the last hole.
Oh,
It was stroke limit reach because it was on the par 3.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Put that bitch right on the same spot I put that bitch last time, right on the top of that hill, right where it crests.
Yeah. 100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops.
Give a damn about the cops.
Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block.
Give a damn about your block.
We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Walking in the back door, steady looking for a bang road. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga ain't for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and it's rare nigga change though. 93 in the car and I'm puffing away. See making moves, you talking today. First you my nigga, don't limit your game. See it's the same, I shit on you, man. You bitches complain, we don't hear that, yeah, we don't feel that, yeah, we the real around here. We the in the top of 100, make clear around here. You still make a move with the niggas getting mad, man the racks, get that bag, spit that fire, lean on the track, on nothing but that motherfucker pushing fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that threat, put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it come easy like that. Don't believe it on facts, I'ma teach it like that. And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. Yeah, so believe I don't need you.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops.
Give a damn about the cops.
Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block.
Give a damn about your block.
We don't care how y'all move. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitches clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she studied school majors. She know I'm ballin' like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies studying.
Yeah.
Dumping, shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches.
Okay, here we go on that one hole. That fucking messed our game up on last game, y'all.
Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Woo. Young niggas making moves. Woo. Yeah. Woo. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Money hungry cartel.
Man, bitch, I knew it. Yeah. 100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block.
Well, I put that bug on the green. Boy, I don't know how. I don't know how. This time, I messed that shot all up. This time, I ain't even gonna fucking lie. I put too much left angle on it. All kind of. I fucked that one off.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flows. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends.
Man,
what the fuck? 93 in the car, and I'm pumping the rain. You see making moves and you talking the shit. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. The shit is the same, how I shit on you lane. You bitch complain, we don't hear that there, we don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the. In the chopper on 100, make it clear around here. You still make a move, and the niggas getting mad. Man, the racks, get that bag, spit that fire, lid on the track. Nothing but that motherfucker pushing fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that thrash. Had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it come easy like that. Don't believe it on facts, I'ma teach it like that. And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. Yeah, so believe I don't need you.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Woo. Young niggas making moves. Woo. Yeah. Woo. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm ballin' like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips they dumpin'. Shoot it off the glass like Timmy Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite with the rags to riches. I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's the halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. give a damn about the cops, give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city, give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Woo. Young niggas making moves. Woo. Yeah. Woo. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, this shit's something else right here.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
This shit here's something else. This one right here something else. This bitch right here surrounded. Oh, look at where I put that bitch right there. I put that bitch right next to your L. Right next to the hole. I'm talking right next to that mug. What were the odds of that?
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Woo. Young niggas making moves. Woo. Yeah. Woo. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flow. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car and I'm pumping the weight. You see making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. The shit is the same, how I shit on you lane. You bitch complain, we don't hear that there, we don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the in the chopper hold 100, make it clear round here.
Oh my God,
that move and niggas getting mad, getting the racks, get that bag, spit that fire, lean on the train, rolling nothing but that motherfucking person fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that thread, had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it can't easy like that. Don't believe it on facts, I'ma teach it like that. And I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I bet not try this. Go and get it if I need to. Yeah, so believe I don't need you.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Yeah. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tools. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, walk rocking them. My bitch is clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm ballin' like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team
man,
like
that bitch went right over the hole. That's so fucked up.
I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion.
So fucked up,
your
man.
corner,
See,
gon' get your
that's
cousins.
what.
My homies thuggin', big clips they dunkin', shoot it off the glass like Tim and Duncan. Niggas say they thought they gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from rags to
You know that
riches.
motherfucker was supposed to go in.
I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches. And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga. Headshot, that's your halo, nigga.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. I knew it. The struggle made us grind, family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Fuck! I knew that shit was gonna be. I should have put that bitch all the way up there. Now that bitch done rolled backwards on my head.
Yeah. 100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Woo. Young niggas making moves. Woo. Yeah. Woo. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar make sense, and that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga when I change flow, but I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car and I'm pumping away. You still making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. This shit is the same how shit like. Bitch, you complain, we don't hear that there. We don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the top of 100, make it clear round here. You still making moves and the niggas getting mad. Man, the racks, get that bag, spit that fire. Lean on the track, rolling nothing but that motherfucker pushing fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that thrash. Had to put it on wax, I'ma leave it at that. Self-control, it can't easy like that. Don't believe it on.
Oh, fuck that all the way up. That bitch curved right.
I was wondering if I can have a side bitch. But if a nigga wanna live, I better try this. Go and get it if I need to. So believe
my God.
You.
Drop zone.
And a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. I knew it. The struggle made us grind family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block.
That bitch went right over the hole, cuz. Oh my fucking God.
Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves.
Yeah, he turned around and looked like
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I know it went right over the hole. You say it went over the hole.
Niggas peep my style and they copy it. I fathered these niggas, adopted them. Still don't get no props from them. Shout out Roadblock, won't rocket them. My bitches clever, all nines are better. Gucci, Louis, all kinds of sweaters. Yen, pounds, pesos, euros. A nigga getting all kinds of cheddar. But my right pocket got the blue faces. Couple blunts twisted like shoelaces. She give me brain like she study school majors. She know I'm ballin' like that 2-3 Laker. Or better yet, last year Bron in the playoffs, bitch. And your team running around looking lost like J.R. Smith. I step in the bank and just get the money. Play the block and I flip the onion. Fuck your corner, gon' get your cousins. My homies thuggin', big clips they dunkin'. Shoot it off the glass like Tim and Duncan. Niggas say they bout it, gotta show me something. Niggas say they bout it, but I know they frontin'. My life exquisite, went from rags to riches.
Damn, man, that bitch like, look at that. Look
I'm bagging money, fuck bagging bitches.
Some bullshit.
And I'm sauce dripping like Pregos, nigga. Ballin' on you like Ayo, nigga.
Why I gotta be moving?
Oh! Bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man and I knew it. The struggle made us grind family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops.
Hold on, man. Let me smoke me a cigarette right quick. Just pick a regular course, man.
Press a nigga with the tool. We gotta do a regular course, man. Young niggas making moves. It was a regular course. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
Money hungry cartel.
I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. Yeah.
Take a normal course.
100 bands and a rubber band. I'm the damn man, and I knew it. I knew it. The struggle made us grind family and the money. Only reason nigga do it. I do it. Yeah. Give a damn about the cops. Give a damn about the ops. Give a damn about the cops. Niggas say they run their city. Give a damn about your block. Give a damn about your block. We don't care how y'all move. Nah. Press a nigga with the tool. Teach them principles and the rules. Young niggas making moves. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. I'm the man, bitch, and I knew it.
I'm walking in the bank though, Steady looking for my bankroll. If it make dollar, make sense. And that's what a nigga aim for. Same nigga, but I change flows. But I'm staying in the game though. I had to drop all the fake friends, and they swear nigga change though. 93 in the car and I'm pumping away. You see making moves and you talking the shade. It's mercy, my nigga, don't limit your game. The shit is a shame how I shit on you lame. You bitch complain, we don't hear that there. We don't feel that there. We the real round here. We the in the chopper on 100, make it clear round here. You see her make a move and the niggas getting mad. Spin the racks, get that bag, spit that fire. Lean on the track, rolling nothing but that motherfucker pushing fast. Nigga in the booth, spitting that.
Out of here.